February has just come to pass. The month of love, romance, and tortilla chips.
Nacho, man.
After bawling my eyes out rewatching Your Name and Violet Evergarden for the 17th time, why not dive into a romance that's a little more recent and lighthearted? Today, we'll be talking about a fresh out of the oven show from this season, How I Attended an All Guys Mixer. So, hi, my name is Corey, and I'll be talking about what I like, dislike, and everything in between about this anime. Then, I'll personally give it a score out of 10, and a heads up, spoilers ahead. So, How I Intended an All Guys Mixer is about 3 guys and 3 women who meet up for, well, you guessed it, a mixer. However, there's just one catch to it. The girls like cross-dressing as guys and do so regularly. This unique premise is what immediately caught my attention. Cross-dressing isn't something we see a lot in anime, especially not as the central theme. While it has been around since the early 1900s, it's not something I'm super familiar with, and I don't think any anime studio would have been this bold with the concept in the past. It's a testament to how society is becoming more open to exploring unconventional ideas. Except for this one. When it comes to the story's narrative, it builds up very slowly. The relationships barely progress besides the acknowledgement of the men's romantic feelings. Each and every episode, the relationships between the characters develop through the smallest, tiniest moments. These seemingly insignificant events that gradually deepen their intimacy. It reminds me a lot of Achikochi. Scenes like the umbrella moment, the drinking scene, or the zoo outing are minimal but effectively push the couples closer together. I think you can also see why the pacing is off to the characters themselves. You have a cast of 6: Suo, Tokiwa, Asaki, Fuji, Hagi, and Kohaku. The good thing is that they do have very interesting archetypes which make them stand out. You have the easygoing guy, the perpetually nervous one, the main MC, the teasing calm love interest, the tsundere, and of course, the quiet girl with quirky fetishes. Surprisingly, they balance each other quite well, creating some genuinely funny and enjoyable comedic moments. The problem I have, though, is that anime attempts to have all of them appear in every episode. Therefore, I believe that the characters really don't have enough time to develop and enough room to grow. When characters lack this type of depth or progression, the story suffers, making viewers lose interest. I do think the producers behind All Guys Mixers may have wanted to have a second season since they have light novels to cover, but I don't think that's possible. Another thing I found quite flawed were the male characters. In particular, they come off as overly nervous, jittery, and dramatic. While some might find this endearing, I find it unrealistic and extremely annoying. I was getting to a point where I might have dropped the show because of it. In addition to this, I feel like they may have taken up a bit more screen time than the 3 other female characters. And maybe I'm pushing it too far, but it would have felt more balanced in having a bit more of their perspective. Visually, the art style is simple and standard with a soft color palette that's decent, but nothing extraordinary. If you're not a fan of caricatures, you might struggle to stay engaged. Then you have the music, which is cheerful, joyous, and heartwarming as expected. The opening stands out for its execution, and I can easily see people recreating its TikTok dance challenge. The reason my review on these 2 components is so short is because there really isn't anything special about them. So now for everything in between. I think my favorite couple is definitely Tokiwa and Suo, as they're quite mellow compared to the others. I believe that the background music was quite on point for comedic timing. And finally, I wish there was just one episode where they focused on one single couple. Please. Overall, I like to give How I Attended an All Guys Mixer a 6.7 out of 10. The show doesn't stand out, but also doesn't lack anything major. And to be honest, I still don't know who the target audience is. Josei? Shoujo? Yaoi? Never mind. At the end of the day, maybe I personally need to take a break from these rom-com shows. Which isekai overpowered MC should I do next?